Hello and welcome. You're watching The Buck Stops Here and I'm Barkha Dutt. On the program today, the big story continues to remain the tragic suicide of a young Dalit scholar in Hyderabad. Now, after the tragedy and the hard questions about who or what drove him to take his own life, the politics have begun. A flood of politicians are pouring into Hyderabad Central University, where Rohit used to be a student. Rahul Gandhi was among them. Is this a politicization of a suicide? And is it taking away, in fact, from the bigger question? What drove this young man, a PhD scholar, to end his own life? Now remember, the students are saying there was political pressure. There was a letter, of course, to begin with from the Union Minister, Bandaru Dattatreya. Now, it has also emerged that from the Human Resource Development Ministry, headed by Smriti Irani, have been one email and 5 letters reminding the university that Mr. Dattatreya has complained and the university has not got back to them. The Congress and other opposition parties are saying this is proof that political pressure has played a part in the decision to suspend Rohit and his friends, which is something that perhaps eventually led Rohit to take his life. The BJP is saying that this is sheer politicization of a tragic suicide. On the program today, we ask whether it is a combination of caste prejudice and VIP pressure. Remember, one of the letters from the HRD ministry to the university actually calls Dattatreya's letter a VIP response. So is it a combination of caste prejudice and VIP pressure that is responsible for the fact that Rohit killed himself? Let's introduce our panel today. From the university, we're joined by Rohit's friend and our student himself, Dickles Leonard. From the BJP, we're joined by Sambit Patra, senior leader and spokesperson of the party. From Hyderabad today, we're joined by Asad Owaisi, well-known politician. Also joining me from Hyderabad is Krishna Sagar Rao, a BJP leader from the state. With me here in the studio, Professor Rakesh Sinha, professor and an RSS ideologue, Chandrabhan Prasad, well-known Dalit activist and scholar, Madhu Gaudyasky with the Congress, also from Hyderabad, and also is Professor Arvind Kumar from the Center for Dalit and Minority Studies at Jamia Millia. Dickles, let me start by asking you, how are students looking at the fact that now there's a competition among politicians to actually come to the university? Are you worried that this is going to become a matter, Rohit's death, Rohit's suicide is going to become a matter of political football? And two, last night on this program, you used very strong words. You said this is not suicide, this is institutional murder. You were upset then. Do you still stand by that phrase?
Thank you, Barkha, for the time. And I'm talking from the field itself where the whole event is happening. It has been a very eventful day, and most of the students who are involved are very tired and also exhausted. This is the 16th day of protest, and the Joint Action Committee tells very categorically that the Rohit's death, what is more political than the Rohit's death itself? And all the politicization are only an extension of the solidarity that the protest is going on for the 16th day.
Right. So what you're saying, Dickles, is that the death is at the heart of the death is politics. So you can't avoid the politics now. Politics is embedded in the suicide of Rohit itself. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, caste is the reason for which we lost a dear friend. And what is more political than the caste, the death of Rohit itself? I mean, that's what our question is. What is more political than death of Rohit?
Dickles, I want to ask you...
And the whole protest which is happening...
Yes, I want to ask you to explain your phrase, this is institutional murder. Because, you know, people are looking at Rohit's suicide note. They're saying Rohit was upset, that Rohit has said, don't blame anybody for my suicide. Why do you and your friends then call this murder?
It's not one or two friends we call this murder. There's a history to this institution, and there's a history to the deaths that have been happening in this particular university. As I told you earlier, from 2002 onwards, for the last 10 years, there are 11 deaths of Dalit research scholars, and there is a particular history of this mode of killing scholars from Dalit organized from Dalit backgrounds in this particular university. And that's the reason why we say that this is a institutionalized social murder and not just a suicide. Secondly, lot of people are psychologizing this deaths
Yes.
from Dalit scholars as
Yes.
if their mind, as
Yes.
noted by by Rohit himself in the letter, that they are not transformed into a mind. They are just reduced to an identity, reduced to a number, reduced to a vote, and that's what is happening. And what is more magnanimous than Rohit himself telling that, leave my friends and enemies, I am responsible for my death. He has been a gentleman even in his death, and a true pro-Ambedkarite and a Buddhist perhaps.
Yeah, and now the question remains of justice. And I want to get Sambit Patra and Asad Owaisi to start with, and then we'll take reactions all around. Sambit, what is damaging for the BJP today is the fact that, and I want to bring up this graphic now, is the fact that it's quite clear that in a period of 6 weeks, there were 6 letters. The first, of course, and let me just, for our viewers, this all began in August last year when the ABVP Sushil Kumar alleged that 30 members of the Ambedkar Student Association had assaulted him. A probe committee was set up. Initially, the proctorial board did not find enough evidence to prove these allegations. This, on August 12th, the proctorial board submitted its first report. On the 17th of August comes the first letter from Union Minister Bandaru Dattatreya, who says that the university is a den of casteist and anti-national activities. On the 3rd of September, the HRD ministry sends its first email saying, please respond to this VIP reference. And on the 9th of September, the proctorial board reverses its decision, protests erupt, and the suspension is revoked. And then come 4 more reminders from the HRD ministry, including a reference to expedite the matter. Sambit, why should there be 5 letters from Smriti Irani's ministry? Why should there have been that initial letter from Bandaru Dattatreya? How can the BJP explain these 6 letters in 6 weeks?
No, before I answer this specific question that you have put forth to me, let me get back to the premise of the debate. I mean, the premise of the debate is whether there was some kind of instigation by the letter of Minister Dattatreya ji or by the HRD minister which forwarded this minister's letter,
Yes.
so that Rohit was instigated to commit suicide.
Yes.
I would say that this is absolutely unfounded legally, because if we go into the legal section, and we would see that the greatest evidence which is admissible in the court of law would be the suicide note of Rohit, because Rohit best knows as to what killed
But
him.
what if, but
We all need to
hang on.
political
Political pressure.
Sambit, we are talking about the political pressure that may have led to his suspension, and the suspension in turn leading to a state of mind where he took his own life.
Barkha, I will answer. Please allow
Tell
me
me
my
about
own
these
time and
letters.
my own way.
But
Tell
you're
me about these
deviating-
letters.
I will
You're
tell you about the
deviating, Mr.
letters only,
Patra.
but why everyone gets so intolerant as soon as I speak? Please allow me to complete
Because
my
you are
say, and thereafter
you are
the others can
intentionally
also come.
deviating the topic here, Sambit.
No, why deviating
Without
the topic?
getting
Why
into the issue, you are
deviating
going
from
to the
topic?
legality.
Suicide- No,
You
is
are
it-
going into the legality
But
of
I
the
will
Let
evidence.
us
so
Sambit
far.
make your
the
point.
debate.
Okay, Sambit, make your point. I know how to control the debate. You make your point. Make your
Yes.
point.
Number one, legally speaking, as I told you, the suicide note categorically speaks, no one has instigated me by their act or by their word to this act.
Yes.
So naturally, it is absolutely clear that no one has instigated Rohit. There were other reasons as to why Rohit took this tragic and unfortunate stand, for which I pay homage to Rohit. I really feel bad
What about the
this.
letters?
But secondly,
What about the
if it is-
letters? What about the letters?
Yes, that is
Why
the
are two
rhetoric part
union
of the debate.
ministers
The
writing
rhetoric part
letters?
of the debate,
Why
that
are they
these
writing
letters,
letters?
Not 1, 5.
no, they can. They
5
can
letters.
write letters.
5
they
reminders.
can write letters. Now, who is the other person who is acting
This
as
is
the
This is
answer?
Madhu.
Because I don't have a
Madhu.
This
television.
is Madhu, Mr. Patra. There's a 5 letters, 5
Okay.
reminders.
Madhu is also the
And you're
anchor, Barkha, by
justifying-
the way.
You're justifying that MP letters are
Okay,
always
okay,
minister
1
as a
minute.
Let
protocol
Madhu
to
speak.
respond.
No,
Madhu.
1 minute. Now, enough. Now, the point is, Sambit, your position in one line on these 6 letters, 6 including Bandaru Dattatreya's original letter. Then I want to go to Asad Owaisi. Please, in one line, Sambit, your position on these letters.
No, they are public representative. There is a central secretariat manual with all
Yes.
the ministers.
Yes.
If a letter is directed to the minister of HRD,
Yes.
naturally it is the duty as per the rules of this manual that the minister has to follow as to what action has been taken, so that that can be reported back
Okay.
to Mr.
Okay.
Bangaru Dattatreya.
Okay, now I want to.
This
Now,
is-
okay,
this
okay,
is
okay,
legal
Madhu, hang
autonomous
on.
body.
Madhu,
It has been done.
Okay, 1 minute. Now, Asad first, then Madhu, then we'll get everybody and relax everybody. Asad Owaisi, I want to ask you, the use of this phrase anti-national, it really disturbs me. it really disturbs me that, you know, they can be whoever's at, you know, originally whoever was at fault. For a union minister to be using the phrase anti-national activities, and maybe Dickels can tell us about this later, perhaps because these were a group of students who did not agree with Yaqub Memon's execution. I don't exactly know what, but should people be labeled anti-national so easily? You know, what has this become, this nationalism as a way to attack people? Asad Owaisi, your comments first.
The first point which needs to be remembered is that the protest was against capital punishment, not about Yaqub Memon. The second point is that it is consistent behavior of BJP and RSS that anyone who disagrees with them is anti-national and anyone who opposes Congress is communal. This is the present debate now. The third and important point is that if anti-national activities was going on, the Honorable Minister could have told the NIA.
Yes.
The Honorable Minister could have filed a complaint with DGP Telangana.
Yes.
And an inquiry could have been done.
Yes.
But because these group of students were ideologically opposed to the ABVP, so the minister thought fit that they should be taught a lesson by branding them as anti-national and casteist. But for the political intervention of the minister and the keen interest shown by the HRD ministry, I am sure Rohit would have been alive. Because a 28-year-old man, and the punishment itself, Barka's atrocity, you know, clause 16 and 15 of section 3 of SC/ST Act, in it, that's an atrocity. It's a violation of that act. And for a 28-year-old and other scholars to sleep on that floor, and please remember, Mr. Apparao in the past was appointed as chief warden in 2002, again BJP in power, and he restricted 11 Dalit scholars. So, I mean, where is the compassion which is being shown by BJP and RSS? I mean, I'm so sad that Sampit over there is being so cold-hearted. He talks about legal. I know for sure Dattatreya cannot be, you know, convicted. But what about morally? What about but for his debtor? Would Rohit be alive or not?
Sambit.
I mean, why do you go to legal semantics? Where is
I
your
want to
compassion?
answer only if
60%
Mr. Owaisi
of
stops
India's
shouting.
population is
Barka.
youth and the educated youth.
Barka.
Yeah,
Can
one
I-
minute. Let Sambit answer. Krishna,
Can
hang on.
I-
Sambit, yeah. Krishna, sorry, Sambit.
Give me some time
Yes.
to answer.
Yes.
First and foremost, Mr. Owaisi's statement that ideological opposition does not make one anti-national. Now, Mr. Owaisi's ideology is quite clear to the world that he stands with Yaqub Memon and he stood against the Supreme Court judgment. He was saying that, in fact, the ghirao of the university by the Ambedkar Student Association was against capital punishment. No, it was a namaz-e-janaza. It was, in fact, blocking the roads with the statement, "Tum kitne Yaqub maroge, har ghar se Yaqub niklega." Is this a statement against capital punishment, or is it standing in favor of a terrorist? I mean, if you stand
False.
against a terrorist, and if a
Blatant
minister
lie.
writes a letter to the university saying, if
Okay.
there is anti-national
I'll
activity
allow
going on or
Asad
not,
a brief
why should we be
response,
objecting? No,
and
look
maybe
at-
Dickels can come in here. Asad, quick response, then we'll get a student perspective on this, and then we'll go to everybody else. Quickly, Asad.
Barka, the first proctoral inquiry report does not even mention a single word about Yaqub
Yaqub
Memon.
Memon. Yes, true.
Sampit should read and come on a show under RTI.
Mr.
Proctor
Owaisi,
report has
have
no
you gone
mention
through the
about
High
Yaqub
Court?
Memon.
Have you gone through what the High Court has said? You should come prepared, Mr. Owaisi. You have not read what the High Court has said. I have come prepared with even the High Court verdict.
let
the
me-
High Court's next hearing. Next
Sambit-
hearing was on January 19th.
Yes.
Already the High Court has
That's-
stood by
But
whatever has
but
been said
why
by the
call
university.
somebody anti-national? Now, Dickels, very quickly, do you want to come in on this labeling of anti-national and being called Yaqub Memon sympathizers? Very quickly, if you want to just give a response.
You have to also remember that this very wonderful Bharatiya Janata Party also named Baba Saheb Ambedkar as an anti-national once back in the country, you know, the party which now tries to celebrate the 125th year birthday of Baba Saheb Ambedkar.
But
And
on
this is
Yaqub
what
Memon,
the
the
political
allegation,
group
what
do.
is your specific argument on the Yaqub Memon point?
I'm coming back to it. I'm
Yeah.
coming back to it from the Jack's perspective. Yaqub Memon's issue is just a fabrication whereas within the university premises and procedures, there was no mention of the Yaqub Memon event in the Proctoral Board, report 1.
Okay.
Only after we maintain that only after the interference of Bandar Dattaraya's letter, which was written by Sushil and Sushil's mother
Yes.
through MLC Ramachandra Rao.
Yes.
This got included in the Proctoral Board.
So
2,
you're saying it
and
was added
even
later?
After that,
Yep.
even
You're
after-
saying it was
even
added
after that,
later?
let's add it.
Barka.
Let me come back. Even after that, the suspension was revoked, and only after the appointment of Professor Apparao Podile
Yeah.
and pressure from MHRD, where it sent five different letters from MHRD just asking what action you took, Professor Apparao Podile took this.
I'll get
very
Professor
horrible-
Apparao on the program
horrendous
also. Krishna Sagar Rao, quick response, then I want to come to my studio.
Sir,
Yes.
but we would also like to know where is Professor Apparao. We would like to know where is Professor Apparao.
Yes.
Ask him to come here and address the meeting. Everyone is coming over
Yes,
here.
fair
Professor
point.
Apparao is not here.
Fair
Ask them to
point.
come
Where is
over.
the Vice
Barka.
Chancellor? Yes, Krishna Sagar Rao. Yes.
Barka, Hyderabad Central University has become a pilgrimage for politically unemployed. Unfortunately, it is very heartbreaking that a young bright student like Rohit had to end his life this way. And I think the national debate should be how do we arrest this issue? How do we reposition our education system so that I can understand a 10th grade student doing it, but how is it that a second year of PhD scholar,
But how do
just
you
for
address the
rustigation,
allegation
that
of
to a mild
political...
rustigation?
Krishna, how do you address the allegation
no,
of
I'm-
these 6 letters in 6 weeks?
So what I'm saying, okay, Barka, talking about the letter, why don't you look at these letters issue as an accountable government acting in the pursuit of an outcome? And the outcome which has to
What
be
disturbs
in a
me-
government.
what disturbs me-
I request.
I'll tell you what disturbs me.
I
I'll tell you what
request the
disturbs me.
panelists-
I'll tell you what disturbs me.
I
I'll tell you
request
what
the
disturbs me.
panelists-
I'll tell you what disturbs me. What disturbs me
Barka,
is
Barka.
let me speak. I'll come to you. What disturbs
Barka,
me? Yes.
just give me 20 seconds.
Okay. Complete your point.
Barka, give me 20 seconds.
Okay. Complete your point.
Barka Dattatreyaji is in politics for the last 46 years. He's a 3 times union minister. He's a man who's soft-spoken, highly educated, and from the backward caste himself.
Why the HR
Now,
minister has written
people
5
who are
letters,
trying
Mr. Sagar?
people who are trying to politicize for
Okay.
GHMC elections
Okay.
locally, on the tragic death of
I'm
a
going
young
to come to my studio now.
they should understand.
Okay, Krishna, you made your
just
point.
Give me
You
a
made
few
your point.
seconds.
No, you
Barka.
made your point. I have to move on.
just-
I have to
I'm
move
just-
on now.
I'm just
I will
trying
come
to tell
back
you
to
the
you.
letter
I
part.
will come back to you.
I'm just trying
I
to
will
tell you
come
the
back
letter
to you.
part.
Yes, I have understood. You're saying.
I'm asking Asad. No. Barka, have a look at this.
Yes.
Have a look at this. Asaduddin ji is, unfortunately, I have to use the word, he's using plain lies. See, have a look at this. This is the photograph of over 100 feet banner which says, "Aap ek Yaqub ko marenge, hum hazaron Yaqub ko janam denge."
Who is holding this banner?
And this is what has happened
Who
in the
is
university.
holding this banner?
This
Who is holding this
Is
banner?
that Ambedkar Students Union?
ASA,
I will get-
Ambedkar Students Association. Now tell me, the greatest intellectual of this country, Ambedkar ji, did he ever say that we should support terrorists who have been hanged with a judicial order in this country?
Now, 1 minute.
And what are they
1
talking
minute.
about?
This is
Under
a
the
contested-
guise of Ambedkar ideology,
Dickles,
they
I'll allow
are
you. I'll allow
doing
Krishna. Now
anti-national
you've made
activities.
your point. Dickles, do you want to rebut this? Dickles, go ahead. Dickles, oops.
What is it, sir? What is happening?
I have the photographs.
Okay.
I can send you the photographs.
Okay, Asad, you want to come in on this because the students are completely denying this. Asad, go
Barka,
ahead. Yes.
Can I just remind the BJP spokesperson that the Law Commission chairman was Mr. Justice Shah.
Yes.
Mr. Justice Shah opposed the sentence given to Yaqub. Now what will they do to him? Will they also force him to commit suicide now?
Yeah.
There are many people in
Opposing a
India who
sentence
opposed
and
it.
saying that a
Will you- I'm
Yaqub
asking
Memon
you a
will be
very
delivered from
specific
every
question.
house.
Commit
These are
suicide.
separate issues.
Will you
Opposing a
say
sentence and becoming a Yaqub Memon is a separate issue,
को जन्म
sir.
देंगे आप? हजारों याकूब
Anyways,
मेमन को जन्म देंगे
Asaduddin
आप?
Owaisi is known for all
Is
this.
that
He's a
nationalism?
supporter of Yaqub Memon.
Okay.
And where is the connection between suicide and suspension?
Okay, now I want
Where is the connection between Dattatreya's letter and suspension?
Okay, now I think you've all had your say. Let me come
What
to
are
my...
we-
1
what are
minute.
we concluding?
1
Where are we
minute. Chandraman
concluding?
Prasad. Chandraman Prasad, please, your thoughts.
Let me ask one question.
Yes.
Which newspaper in this country did not publish scores of articles on Yaqub Menon? Many of them saying suspend the hanging and instead convert it into life sentence. In all Indian newspapers.
Yeah.
2, in modern system of governance, if a state has to declare somebody extremist, anti-national, there has to be a process. That process has to be court or a special commission or a special inquiry, court of inquiry. Did any of this process follow? If not, then the minister under oath of constitution declaring that this university has become a den of castes,
Yeah.
anti-nationals and extremists. There has to be a moral of
He has
governance.
the right to his opinion.
1 minute. Now I want to get
He has
Rakesh
a right
Sinha.
to his
I
opinion.
want to say
What
something.
opinion?
I
What
want
opinion?
to say something.
He had
I want to say something.
protest.
1 minute. Are we here
Talking
to discuss
about
Yaqub
Hazaro
Memon?
Yaqub
Are
Memons.
we Krishna Sagar Rao? A man has taken his life. He was in his 20s. Are we here to discuss his views on Yaqub Memon, or are we here to discuss what drove him to his death? We can have a separate debate on Yaqub Memon and where people stand on him. It still will not justify.
It's unfortunate,
It
Barka.
cannot
We are
justify.
not discussing the reasons why
Can
this
I-
man
Mr.
has
Sagar,
ended his
you
life.
tried
I
to
want to now
justify it.
allow other
We-
people
we
to
are
speak.
not discussing
Please,
how
I'm
to-
going to have to bring your mic down like this. Now, Rakesh Sinha, you are an academic. You are an RSS ideologue, but you're also a teacher. You work with students. This is a young boy who's been driven to his death, driven to suicide. I say driven to suicide. Do you believe that the HRD ministry should have been writing these letters? One email calling it a VIP response. Please look at the subject line. You must have seen it. It says, please answer this VIP reference.
I remember one incident, Barkha, when I was expelled from Hindu college and
Yes.
ousted from Hindu college hostel in the college.
Yes.
10 students from Hindu college.
Yes.
That time we were protesting against the college administration.
Yeah.
On the ground of discipline, we were suspended.
Yeah.
But the second thing is that in campus the students' union's feud is not not far-fetched, because the NSUI, ABVP, and they are fighting each other on political issues, ideological issues. Here, most unfortunate part is that some people are rewriting the suicide note of Rohit.
What do you mean rewriting?
Who is no more? Who is no more?
What do you mean rewriting?
Some people are giving the twist to the his suicide note. He has appealed to the people. Kindly be peaceful. Don't politicize it. And he has raised certain fundamental issues which I am going to discuss. Just give me 30 seconds. There is no doubt there is a discrimination of Dalits in the country. Dalit women, Dalit students.
Yes.
And there is also discrimination of Dalit students in the campuses. They are being segregated. उनको जैसे कहते हैं हिंदी में उलाहना देना.
Yeah.
They are facing the situation. This is the fact. But the Hyderabad incident, and this incident.
But you haven't answered my question.
No, I am coming to.
Should the
No, I am
two
coming.
ministers have been writing letters to this ministry?
Barkha, your
Yeah.
debate is very important. I am just making
Barkha, I have a point to make.
two quick points.
Yes.
Because the Dalit movements, Dalit students movement in North India and Dalit student movement in South India, there is a fundamental difference.
Yeah.
Dalit student movement in North India, including Jawaharlal University, they enjoy autonomy.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Dalit student movement in South India has been hijacked by the radical left. It is under the
You're not
impact.
answering
No,
my
it is
question.
no. Let me because this is very important. Under the impact of the radical left, these students were protesting for Yaqub Memon.
Okay,
and it is a radical left impact.
You haven't
And-
answered. Should the minister
and
be writing
anyone,
letters? Should the ministers have been writing letters?
they are
Should the
doing
ministers be
injustice.
writing the
They are
letters? Should
doing.
the ministers-
Barkha, last one line.
Krishna Sagar, I
They
have to wait your
they are
turn now,
doing
please.
injustice with the Dalit cause. Anyone with the banner of Baba Sahib Ambedkar does not represent the Dalits.
Chandraman,
And they are not representing Ambedkar Student Association. It is a radical left group. It is not a Dalit group.
Chandraman Prasad, and we'll go back to Nicholas Leonard later. Yeah.
What we are missing,
Yeah, please, yeah.
at no point of history, as far as I can recall, Dalits have socially boycotted anybody, because they are already socially boycotted themselves.
yes.
This in this university, while there are pressures from minister and ministry, ABVP had called for a social boycott of
No, not Dalit. This is wrong. Not
please,
Dalit.
please,
Ambedkar you have to
I
make
did
a
not- I
difference
did not
between
interfere,
Dalit
sir.
and- Sir, just
I did not interfere. Listen to
Ambedkar
me.
Students
Have a
Association, because
patience.
you are
Have a
blaming
patience,
a particular
sir.
ideology and a
No,
party. This is wrong.
Have a patience.
No, this is wrong.
So, Dalit students
Barkha.
facing social
second, Sambit.
boycott could be understood only by those who had water
To bring
from a
to your
distance in
notice.
the childhood.
1 minute. 1 minute.
What is happening now? This issue is no more between the young man who killed himself. It is becoming an issue between Dalit middle class and Sangh Parivar ideology.
Okay, okay. Everyone speaking together. Yeah.
He has blamed RSS. I believe that anyone who knows RSS activities, we are working for social democracy. It is the only RSS which is working for the integration of Dalits. And I am giving one example. Kali Ram temple, which didn't allow Ambedkar to enter, Baba Saheb Ambedkar to enter. The grandson of the priest welcomed the Dalits under the influence of RSS.
Rakesh ji, 1 minute.
So don't blame
Rakesh
RSS
ji,
for
1 minute. The fact of the matter is, 1 minute,
Barkha, I have a
please.
very important point.
Everybody has an important point, but right now I have an important point. And the important point is that Rohit's letter on the 18th of December 2015 speaks about the social boycott. Yes. He experienced the social boycott. But Madhu, the question to the Congress is, what is Rahul Gandhi doing there? What is the need for Rahul Gandhi and every politician to play politics on the death of Rohit? What are you trying to achieve? Yes.
Mr. Rahul Gandhi as a consistently protesting against the BJP's stand over is there is a systematic approach to suppress the dissent opinion in the country.
Yes.
Be it in a Dadri, be it in a Periyar Institute at IIT, Madras, or in many institutions in various. Mr. Rahul Gandhi was there. There is a flood victims in Chennai.
Yes.
If there is a cyclone in Vizag.
Yes.
And he's been going there, taking Dalit cause across the country wherever it's happening. Particularly under the BJP and NDA rule.
Okay.
If you look at the institutional paralysis under the Smriti Irani, whether it is Kakotkar issue or the director of the Delhi IIT or Delhi University VC, where the interference of the BJP and minister, particularly HRD ministry, interference in the education institutions, where these vice chancellor or directors have been resigned. Sir, this is all there. Please hold on. Please hold on. Nothing is wrong. Let me answer. And secondly,
you wanted
what is the meaning of a public representative? Is it public representative?
But you also haven't answered my question. Should politicians be flooding that campus today?
What is politicians?
No, he's doing
He is your own
tourism.
channel.
He is a part of tourism of Rahul Gandhi.
Don't interrupt
Tourism of Rahul Gandhi.
It
He
is
has
your own
forgotten
channel.
Malda.
Please.
Malda, the Dalit,
This is
Dalit
your
houses were
intolerance.
burned. No
This is
intolerance.
Sangh Parivar
Dalit
intolerance.
houses
Please
were
have
burned.
patience.
Dalit houses were burned in
Okay,
Malda.
listen, a
Why
man
Rahul
has
Gandhi
died.
is forgetting Malda?
A man
Malda,
has
Dalit,
died.
He is a
Dalit.
member of parliament and he is
I
also
wish to
public
raise a moot
representative
point.
and he is a
Okay,
responsibility
Arvind,
to raise and stand by the oppressed and suppressed class.
Okay, Arvind,
And your own son.
I've been waiting very patiently.
Yes,
but
one
I'll-
comment from Arvind, then I'm going back to
When
everybody.
the members of parliament in
Okay.
Delhi, when they were floods in
Barkha.
Chennai, and you're all
Barkha.
questioning why
Krishna,
it is
please,
such
I'm
a big
really
deal.
requesting you to
Barkha,
wait your
and
turn.
is
I'm
Is it a
requesting.
crime? A member of parliament
I
to say that the president
will.
go and represent
Madhu,
the
yes.
Barkha,
Cause
two
of the
quick
Yes,
points.
yes.
One, because as an academic, I have to understand the
Barkha,
whole
just give me a few
socio-cultural.
seconds.
You have to wait,
I
Krishna.
have a very
We have
important
to-
moot point to make.
We have to understand the whole socio-cultural, space in Hyderabad. Hyderabad has been their sore in their eye, and there I'm meaning the right-wing party which is in the power at the center and many states. Hyderabad brings a book, an academic called Why I'm Not a Hindu, who is born in a Hindu family. Hyderabad celebrates beef festival because it's a democratic right of some people to eat beef. Hyderabad has Ambedkar Students Association, which is a student wing, which obviously one can say.
what is
that
your point?
I am suggesting that the whole politics of a union minister getting into a university politics, suggesting that these students should be sort of ousted from the
Who said?
university.
He-
Why
No,
only
Union
five?
Minister wrote that
all five.
No, you are
students- one
five
second,
letters
one
are reminder.
second, please.
Reminder letter.
Please,
You are saying that
I'm
Union
a
Minister
member
is
of
have
parliament
the
for 10
tolerance
years,
to
sir.
this. No,
please.
Union
I'll
Minister is
explain
saying to
my
oust.
experience.
Where
No
where
reminders
where
will
where's
All
the
I'm
written?
suggesting that all five students
Where's the written that they should be ousted?
belong to ASA and not a single one from ABVP.
Okay,
No,
now,
ASA
From
it
the
was
suicide letter,
Let's go
there
to
can be
Sambit
many
now, yeah.
readings of the same letter, but there is a phrase in this letter that, as you correctly pointed out from another letter, he was saying about, social ostracization. And,
Yes, he wrote a letter to the Vice
humiliation.
Chancellor.
No, but
Yeah, he
I'll
wrote a letter
just
to the
finish.
Vice Chancellor.
I'll just
Please,
finish.
can I come in?
Yes, Sambit,
That's
half a
what
second.
I'm saying. He says there is a growing gap between my body and mind. This is an important
It's in his
phrase
suicide
written
note.
in
It's, I
his
feel a growing
suicide
gap
note.
between my soul and my body. All right,
So you
Sambit,
understand
okay,
the
now,
whole
now,
humiliation.
Arvind. Sambit Patra, then Asad Owaisi, then Dickles. Yes, Sambit.
I have two quick points, technical points.
Yes.
Number one, we have been fighting since the beginning of the debate.
Yes.
Whether the letters of the HRD ministry or the letter of Mr. Bangaru Dattatreya are the ones which are responsible for the suicide. But let me tell you, technically, this whole issue has gone to the High Court. In mid of November, it went to the High Court.
Yes.
Had the punishment that has been given to the students, so the 5 students, been atrocity of that extreme level, surely the High Court, as the appeal in the High Court was that it should stay the punishment. But the High Court refused to stay the punishment, saying that probably the punishment that has been accorded over
you're wrong.
here
You're
is
wrong.
rightful.
High Court
And the
only
next
asked
hearing
what
was
action
on
was taken
January
on the
19th.
factorial
In fact,
board report.
the High
Mr.
Court has
Sambit,
asked the
there was no
university
judgment.
about the action taken
There was
before.
no judgment.
Please, can I
There's-
complete,
You
sir?
are misquoting
Can I
the
complete?
facts.
There's
You are
no
misquoting
judgment,
the facts.
but
Sambit has been
but
lying.
Where
can
is
I
the
please
judgment by the
complete?
High Court?
Why this intolerance?
Where is
Why
the
this
judgment?
intolerance?
You are completely
You have your own
misquoting the
turn.
facts.
The court does not have a judgment.
No, I'll tell you.
action
I'll
was
tell you. I
taken.
have all the facts in front of me. Let
The
me
court
complete.
has given the ruling.
Please
Court has,
don't-
he's right.
please
He's
don't-
right. He's right.
please
His court has
don't
given the
gag
ruling.
No ruling.
Lawyer.
Court, he's right.
Okay,
Sambit is right.
okay,
Right.
okay,
Even the
okay,
court
okay,
ruling.
okay,
No, no, no,
okay,
no.
okay,
It's court
okay,
ruling.
1 minute, 1 minute,
Lying,
1
ruling,
minute.
not judgment. Court
Rakesh
ruling
ji,
is very
Rakesh,
important.
Madhu, your point
These
is,
people who
Sambit,
speak
hang
of
on.
all-
Sambit, hang on.
No,
1 minute.
No,
1 minute.
Allow me to. No,
1 minute.
I am not going to take this. You
Are you
cannot
saying,
gag the voice of truth.
Sambit,
Why?
Sambit, what is
not
your
truth.
point?
Why do you
Sambit,
want to
what
gag
is
it?
your point? Sambit, what is your point?
He has no point.
If you don't want to listen, why
Okay,
follow
let
the
him talk.
debates
One
and
second.
don't
We're not
allow
able
us
to move on
speak?
if you don't let him speak. Sambit, please speak.
Yes. My point is the High Court did not stay the punishment as was the appeal. Secondly,
Okay.
the High Court on 3 occasions
Okay.
asked the university, please submit the action taken report as to why no action has been taken against these students up till now.
Okay.
So was the High Court a
Let me
BJP
get Asad
member?
Owaisi to
Was
react
the
to
High
that.
Court a part
Asad,
of Bharatiya
Asad,
Janata
please
Party?
react
And
to
just a
that.
second.
Okay.
Just a second.
Okay.
Just a second.
Okay.
10 suicides have taken place in the campus in the last 10 years. I have the letters of one Mr. M. Venkatesh, who committed suicide in 2013. He says that there is an effort in the university to marginalize the Dalits. I have the letter of Santhil Kumar, 2008. He was a Dalit student who committed suicide in 2008.
yes.
His letter also categorically speaks
what's your
of
point?
the fact that he was
So
not
what's your
given the
point?
fellowship.
Fine.
My point
So it's
is,
justified.
9
Justified.
suicides of
Action
Dalit
taken by the
students.
ministry is
Where was this
justified.
Asauddin Owaisi? Where was this Rahul Gandhi? Today,
Okay,
these
now let them
people
answer.
are trying to
Sambit,
play
now let
politics
them
for the
answer.
dead body.
Asad,
As
please.
far as Asauddin
Let me
Owaisi is
answer on this.
concerned,
Let him
Mr.
answer.
Owaisi, my humble request to you is allow the minority institutions like AMU and Jamia Millia to have reservation for the Dalits.
Oh, please.
You are the same Owaisi who does
Let
not
him
allow
answer now.
reservation
I'm going to
for
allow
Dalits
Asad
in
Owaisi
these
to answer. Sambit, I think
institutions.
that's now a
Today
law.
you should
Sambit,
promise
now
in this
enough.
show
Sambit,
that you
let
would
him
allow
answer.
reservation
Sambit,
for
let him
Dalits
answer.
in
We
these
go to Asad now.
institutes.
Asad,
Yes.
Asad, please.
Well, Barkha Sampit personifies empty vessels, talk loud, and there's no sense in what he says. But the important
I'm
point,
not a
Barkha,
divisive
is
person like
Sambit,
you,
now
Mr.
let him
Owaisi.
speak.
please
I
read
would not
the
remove
tweet of
police for
Sanjay
15
Paswan.
minutes.
Sambit, let him speak now, please.
Sir, I had the patience to listen to what you were saying. It didn't make sense, but I had the patience to
You
listen
wanted
to me.
to remove the police for
Barkha, can you
15 minutes,
please
sir.
read that
What
tweet?
patience you have is
Sambit,
known
you
to the
must let him
world.
speak. You had your say. He must have his say. Please, Mr. Oasis, speak. Please
If
speak.
he makes personalized comments, then I am also entitled to make personalized comments.
please. Rohit के नाम में let's be civil. Mr. Owaisi, please.
Okay, Sampit. Now, I would request Sampit to read the tweet of Sanjay Paswan. May I remind who is Sanjay Paswan?
Yes, BJP leader.
Sanjay Paswan said the death of Rohit will lead to vengeance, revenge, and revolt. Now, what more indictment do you want from your own party? Your own ally, Mr. Ramvilas Paswan, has said this is a very serious matter wherein a boy was discriminated which led to his death. The third important point is that in an autonomous institution, why is it that the government is interfering so much? Why is it that you have allowed this matter to fester and go on for a while? I mean, you, for God's sake, show some
he's repeating,
compassion.
Barkha. Same
Why
thing
can't
he's
you
repeating.
remove the vice chancellor?
No,
Why can't you take back all those scholars? And last point, Barkha, High Court. These boys have gone to
Did the High Court revoke the order? Did the High Court stay the order? The High Court did not.
Okay, I have time only for last comments. I'm going to allow Dickles Leonard to come in. Dickles, when we were asking you, Krishna Sagar Rao was holding a banner saying that look at how they supported Yaqub Memon. Do you want to respond to that? You didn't get a chance to respond to that.
Let me tell you something about extremism in this university. Just now, hooligans, ABP hooligans have attacked the whole movement which is happening very, very democratically. There's a huge attack here and there's police here.
What do you mean
to
by
not do
attack?
anything. That's why
What do you mean by
I should have to
attack?
run away.
What do you mean by attack?
There's a huge attack here outside. Students were attacked from outside. Some ABP members were attacking the groups which are doing democratically.
Barkha,
One
can
first.
I come in,
Secondly,
please?
I would like to clearly say, wait, can I let
Can
know
you
this
clarify
please?
first this
I have
attack?
just 2
Because
points.
we have been
Yes.
told that there was a fight because there was a
I'm here
BJP
in the
person
studio.
present at the arrest and at the protest, and that's why a
Barkha,
fight
there is
ensued.
something very important
Krishna,
I
you
wish to
must
share
allow
with
him to
you.
speak. I will come to you. I'm talking to him right now.
Let
Dickles,
me,
please.
let me, I'm in the studio in front of a camera, I can only tell what I want to say. Secondly, there is a systematic link from, say, Chunduru to Hilvenmani to the murders that are happening in this very academic spaces, very modern spaces that we say. A Velivada was created, Dalit ghetto was created.
Barkha,
I just request all the political parties to be human,
Yes.
be human and don't politicize the death of
Yes.
a
Yes.
drug.
Barkha,
There
last
are
time.
emotions
Just
here.
10 seconds.
Students and movements have
Barkha,
come
can
out
I-
to ask for justice. This is for social justice. There are 15 days people are struggling out. There are people who are sitting on hunger fast, relay hunger strike. Political parties, we invite the political parties to extend solidarity and support. That's the only thing. There's nothing else for this movement. ASA for the last 20 years stands on its own. It is not affiliated to any other political party. JAC, there are 14 groups with different, its own student affiliations, political affiliations.
Okay.
It's not Rahul Gandhi, it is not Prakash Karat, it's not Mayawati. There are different groups
Okay.
which are put together as a
And on the
cause
Ya-
social
and
justice.
do you
And
want
we
to-
surely think that
And do you want to quickly, your last point on
Yeah,
this
there's-
Yaqub narrative that is being created, Yaqub Memon narrative that is being created very quickly, and after that everybody gets 30 seconds. Yes.
the protest was for against capital punishment, and we take inspiration from Baba Sahib Ambedkar, nobody else. And secondly, if you're punishing people, look at the photographs who are standing there.
Yeah,
The
but-
issue is something else. The issue is something else, and the whole fabrication has happened
Okay.
through the intervention of MHRD, and we stay with that.
Okay, 30 seconds, everybody. Rakesh Sinha. Yeah.
Baba Sahib Ambedkar never inspired people to
Barkha.
deconstruct nationalism and never inspired people to support someone whom the Supreme Court has given
It was the same party
the
which
capital
claimed Baba
punishment.
Sahib Ambedkar is
No,
anti-national.
kindly listen to me. It is
Hello, excuse me, sir,
they are
you
misusing
please
Baba
don't
Sahib
have to
Ambedkar
interfere in this.
one.
You don't
They are
put
not
words
raising
into
Dalit
this.
issue. Except
Who's
Dalit issue, they are raising
interpreting?
everything. They are raising everything. Article 370, raising Memon, but they are not raising Dalit issue. Kindly give me two issues.
But Rakesh
kindly
ji,
tell
what
me.
about these letters?
Kindly
कोई
let
चिट्ठियों का कोई जवाब ही नहीं देता।
let him spell two things. They have done 10 suicide. 10 people have committed suicide in the campus. What have you
What
done?
about these
What are
letters?
the
Do you
concrete
support
things?
the letters?
We should move
Do you
ahead.
support
we
the
should move
letters?
ahead.
Do you support the letters?
Barkha, we should
Do you
move-
support the letters?
No,
You're an
I-
academic. Do
no,
you support the letters?
These are the administrative matter. Let the probe happen.
Okay.
After the
Okay.
probe, everything will come.
Okay.
Last one sentence.
Okay.
One sentence.
Yeah.
I think that let's move. Things should not be repeated in the campus like that.
Okay.
And Dalits should get the justice all over the country. It is a larger issue. And join the RSS social democracy campaign. We are the only people who are doing so for the social democracy.
Madhu, 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
There is no administrative process. A 10 years experience, I am saying these letters, like whenever write to ministers, they only send one letter. We received letter and we forward it. Even if we recommend some transfer,
Yes.
this is against the procedure. We can't do it.
Okay.
Here, systematic approach intentional approach by Smriti Irani and HRD Ministry, writing letters is pressure. I acted pressure. The Vice Chancellor handpicked. He surpassed 40 senior professors. and he is doing a favor. The same previous acting Vice Chancellor refused the act on the report, which is rubbish, no evidence has found it. And the upper hours, when he took over, he suspended the students and he again
very quickly,
upheld
30
on
seconds.
17th December
I'm out of time.
on the
Yes,
pressure of the
I'm
ministry.
very surprised why people today are talking like, even Sambit Patra is talking like a lawyer. He's an MBBS doctor first and then a politician.
Yes.
He should make the political point, which is
And not
which
the
is
legal
at
point.
the,
And what is
exactly.
the political point for you?
The political point here,
should not make legal
as I
points.
would say, I would say, because this is the party which is trying to appropriate Dr. Ambedkar. What is their position? They have to clear, because Dr. Ambedkar has burnt Manusmriti in Mahad in 1927.
So Manusmriti is
So
not
do
RSS
they-
book. Manusmriti is not
It
RSS
is
book.
not about RSS
No, let
book,
it- we
but
respect
RSS,
Baba Saheb Ambedkar is
not
the-
hearing you,
we-
but you
we-
point,
we-
let him
I-
say his
I-
point.
Sambit Patra and
Let him
Asad
say his
Doshi.
point.
We will have to have a separate debate.
Baba
We will
Saheb-
have to
Baba
have a
Saheb-
separate
Baba
debate.
Saheb-
We will have to have a separate debate.
You want to,
Arvind
you
Rakesh
don't
ji.
make a separatist
Arvind
movement.
Rakesh
Don't
ji,
make the
please,
Can I-
separatist
please,
movement.
please, Sambit.
Can I make my point?
Separate debate, separate show, Sambit. We'll have a different debate on Ambedkar and the RSS and everything. Sambit.
Barka, why
Let
is
my
it that
last
I'm not
point
getting
be-
a chance to speak?
just a
Sambit.
second. Why are you all speaking in the middle?
Barka, I didn't-
Yes.
I didn't
Let
get
my
any-
last
any
point.
time.
This
let
is
my
your
last-
national
What
spokesperson is
this?
speaking
Who is
here,
this speaking?
Sambit Patra. This is your own party
Just
colleague,
Give me 20
Sambit.
seconds, it's
All
very
right,
important.
Sambit.
You're two BJP people.
Yeah,
speaking.
Sambit, please speak.
So let me at the end say that we all pay homage to Rohit. At least let's show respect to Rohit, because Rohit in his letter, because I believe letter of letters is Rohit's suicide letter, because Rohit was an activist. I surely believe he would not have shied away from writing the truth in his suicide note. If he felt that he was being driven to suicide because of any political reason, he would have surely mentioned in the letter. By in fact taking a view contrary to that, what Rohit has mentioned in the letter, we are demeaning Rohit. We are not fighting
Okay, I'm giving
alongside
the last-
Rohit. I request his friends and politicians, please don't demean Rohit.
Okay, 10 seconds to Krishna Sagar
That
Rao.
exam-
10
that
seconds,
doesn't
please.
exonerate your
I
role.
have literally 40 seconds by the clock. 15 seconds, Krishna Sagar Rao, then Asad, and then Dickles get the last word. Please. Krishna, please hurry up.
See, Barka, we respect Dalits, we respect all forms, castes and creeds in this country. Bharatiya Janata Party ideology
Please make
is
your point.
Ekatva,
Make your
Ekatva
point.
Bharat. Now, no, I'm making the point. I'm making the point. You give me time.
I don't
What
have
I'm
time.
saying is the Dalit word, unfortunately, the word called Dalit has become a political currency and everybody wants to have an equity in that and make deposits. And what I'm saying is, Rohit now,
Explain your
there is
role,
a
your
question
party role in
whether
minister's
Rohit
role,
is even a
Mr. Sagar.
Dalit. There is a
No, there
question
is a
being raised
certificate.
now
I'm
whether
sorry, that
Rohit
is not
is
true.
even a
That
Dalit.
is absolutely
No,
not
it
true.
is.
It is absolutely
I'm
not
raising
true.
a
Sagar,
point.
Our
stop this.
correspondent has-
Please
It
don't
is
insult further.
absolutely true.
Okay, this
Only
is
Dalit
just-
gets scholarship. Rajiv Gandhi
Okay,
Foundation.
I'm going to give Asad Owaisi the last word. Asad Owaisi and then Dickles. Asad Owaisi, then Dickles Leonard. Asad Owaisi.
Barkha, would any union minister take objection to a charge-sheeted person in Samjhota Bloss being called to North Gujarat University? No, because Indirish Kumar. What Rohit said, happy dead than being alive. Please remember,
Mr. Owaisi,
this
don't
is
drag
pledging
and
today
race
that you will
create
fight
just
for
focusing on
reservation
the
of
Muslims
Dalits
for
in
jealous
Aligarh
places for
Muslim
young
University
Greeks like
and
Rohit.
your
Jamia
communal
Millia.
politics.
Please pledge that.
These will
Constructing
not
your
be
communal
nesting
politics.
places. Rohit died because of cowardice of the political masters.
Okay, I have to end. Dickles Leonard, very quickly, how do you get justice for Rohit without politics taking over?
I would like to just end with this. Rohit's suicide note has a social history of violence and caste embedded in it. 1. 2. We need social justice here, not only for Rohit, but Rohit as a phenomenon and as an embodiment that he has become today. So, what is more political than his death? This is what we want to ask, and we want to extend, we request all support from every corners to make this into a national issue. Thank you.
I think that's well said, and I think that's something we can all agree on. Thank you so much. And there has to be justice for Rohit and others like him, and for the wider Dalit community. Thank you so much to our panel. This has been a heated debate. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side, the former Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Farooq Abdullah, is triggering a storm with his comments to me that the onus of return to the Kashmir Valley for the Pandits is on them, and he even said no one would come to them with a begging bowl. This comment causing huge outrage on a day that marks 26 years of the exodus of the Pandits. It's now going to be 26 years since the Pandits have been able to go home. All the Pandits here do not want to go back and live in townships where there are only Pandits. They want to go back to their homes. Now, Farooq Saab, in that year, which you yourself have called the darkest chapter of Jammu and Kashmir, and you've even said, even if we ask for forgiveness, hame forgiveness nahi milegi. What happened? How did this Kashmiriyat go up in smoke, and what can change it today?
As I have been saying always, don't wait till the last gun stops firing
To come
home. Many of them have sold their homes, their lands. There's nothing. It's only very few who still have maintained and are still living there in their homes. They have to realize one thing. Nobody is going to come with a begging bowl and say, come and stay with us. They have to make the move.
Why do they have to make the move?
Because
they don't feel
now
safe.
You want to know?
They don't
many
feel
of them
safe.
have settled.
Are you able to
many,
get? Are you able to guarantee
many
safety?
Of them
are
have
you able to
settled
guarantee safety?
when the government made a move that their officers and doctors who are here should come back, they came to see me and said, look, our children are now in schools here. Our parents are ill and they need medical care. We can't take them back. So for God's sake, let us live here. Many of them have made their own homes here.
But that's not out of choice,
That is
Farooq
the tragedy
Saab.
of it.
But that's not out of...
houses there. Their home is not here. They have only made houses.
My home is
and
not
it's a
here.
difference.
I
There is a
belong to
difference.
Kashmir.
And there is a
But I
difference
always
between
say,
house
don't
and claim.
wait. You don't have to wait.
There's
Who are
a
you waiting
difference
for
between
to take
claim
you?
and
Do you
house.
think Farooq Abdullah will hold your hand and say, please come and stay here?
I have never
It's not
said-
going to happen.
No, I do not expect anything
can
from
we
the
hear
state.
Neeru Kaul is a Kashmiri Pandit who may want to say something to you. Neeru, please, go ahead.
Yeah,
He
for
says,
26
come
years.
home. He says, Farooq Saab says, come
Come
home.
home.
Where is that home?
Where is the home, Farooq Saab?
Where you
It's
sold?
not about the
Did you
begging
sell your
bowl.
home? Did you
It's
sell
not
your
about
home?
the begging bowl.
Please,
You
I
said
want
that
to
people
ask
came
you
to
one question. Answer me straight. Have you sold your home there?
No,
Where is your home there?
it's in Habbagadal, Chinkral Mohalla.
Is it still there?
Yeah, it's still there, but then people have occupied the place.
Who has
neighbors,
occupied it?
The neighbors.
Well, you come and see me. I will get those neighbors out.
Is
If
that
it is still
all
in yours and you have not sold it.
Is that all you would be there for one day? Is that all? And it's only about house?
Yeah.
You talked about people
But you
coming
want a
to
home.
you.
Okay, Farooq Saab, let me come in here. Let me come here. One minute.
You don't want
I just
Maharaja's
want
palace.
No, nobody is asking for palaces. We're just asking for home.
Are you saying, Farooq Abdullah, that a community that was forced into exodus because of militant violence and not being given the protection that a state should have been able to provide to, today the onus is on them to come home? आप ये कह रहे हैं? The onus is on them to come home?
Yes. Onus
not
is on them to come
Okay,
home.
General
We are
Aslan,
not
how would you
cattle.
respond to that? Neeru, now let others respond.
If I may just,
Yes.
sir, all respect to you, I think you are the symbol of the best value of integration in Kashmir. You carry that value around. Your party also very, very much. Why can't you today take the initiative on this?
Yes.
The aspect is not.
Yes.
No, sir. Initiative. You get this right. Get this
I
right.
want to know
No,
what
get this
sort
right,
of
sir.
initiative would you want me to take?
Yes. First of all, sir, it is not a physical initiative of going and asking people. It's a question of sending out a message to them, meeting them many times, and ensuring that the security forces, anyone else in administration,
General Saab.
is dedicated to their protection.
General Saab, I met them even as the chief minister.
Sir, they
I
will
met
come.
them even after that.
They will come.
Number
There's no
of times I've
confidence.
gone to their
The
people, their
confidence is not there, sir.
places to say, please.
So it needs
Every other,
So
not
it's-
only I.
It is not a simple
even that
problem.
Hurriyat, their leaders have come to you and told you, please come.
It is not a simple problem, sir, and you
Hurriyat,
also
of
realize
all
that
people,
it's a
Hurriyat.
transformational kind of a leadership which only you can provide.
Sir,
I'm telling you.
I am telling
Only
you
you
very
can provide it.
frankly, unless they make the first move, it is tough to make a move.
And a
They have to
beaten
make a
people.
move.